talk the Milwaukee Brewers starting rotation with the news of the addition of Jose Quintana. The Brewers have a potential rotation. This is the way I'm looking at it because I'm choosing to believe that Brandon Woodruff's going to be on the opening day roster.
Yep.
If they want to go right, left, right, they can go Freddie Peralta, who was announced going to be the opening day starter. They could go Nestor Cortes, Brandon Woodruff, Jose Quintana, and Tobias Myers. That's a nasty starting five rotation.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's somebody that maybe you would substitute in there just in case Brandon Woodruff isn't ready for opening day or opening weekend.
So when I did the starting pitching, I put 5/6 because they have done 6 starters quite a bit the last couple of years. And I also have Aaron Savali's name in there as well as a guy that will make some starts for this team. Yeah. Getting Nestor Cortes in the trade and then signing Quintana, that makes the starting rotation disgusting.
That's, dude, so nasty.
We were already gaining by getting Brandon Woodruff back, and now you give me a guy like Nestor Cortes who has playoff experience, but then getting a guy like Quintana who also has playoff experience. He's a vet, and you pair them up in the pitching lab that is the Milwaukee Brewers. That does need to be studied, but only by the Milwaukee Brewers fans. It's just going to be disgusting. When you think about they're around each other every day, right?
Yeah.
These guys are just going to bounce ideas off each other. And the things that Cortes and Quintana have been through, being in New York medias and in Chicago medias, playing in those big markets, playing in big-time games like this, what they're going to do for a guy like Tobias Myers is he is in the best spot in the universe.
Dude, right? Plus Woodruff in there?
Oh, my goodness. You're talking about a guy who was, kind of bouncing around, found a home in Milwaukee, and now he's just around a bunch of studs, guys who have been all-stars, So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, so you're looking at last year a rotation of Freddie Peralta, Wade Miley. They added Frankie Montas. They started off with Joe Ross.
Colin Ray.
Added Aaron Savali.
Yeah.
And then then you get to 2025 and it's Peralta still, and then Woodruff, Nestor Cortes, Jose Quintana, Tobias Myers, the gem that they found there.
Yeah.
And still Aaron Savali.
And if the biggest difference, not just the names, the biggest difference for this team, as dominant as the relief pitching was for the Milwaukee Brewers, and they were second in ERA, I believe, as dominant as they were, they had to eat a lot of innings. So these starters getting these veteran guys that are going to eat a lot more innings, hopefully, barring injury, hopefully they stay healthy. But we have other guys that could be starters. Don't be fooled. We have other guys that could be starters that will be pushed to relief roles because of how good these starters are now. They're going to be eating a ton of innings, and the relief pitching is just going to be even better because these guys are going to be fresh.
Yeah, the two guys that come to mind when you say starters that'll get pushed into relief roles that come to mind are Aaron Ashby and DL Hall.
Yep.
So DL Hall is dealing with a little bit of injury stuff, but it doesn't sound like he's going to be out for too long. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Ashby, we had this conversation at the end of last season. I'm fine with just leaving him in the bullpen because he seemed to thrive in a short relief role versus trying to stretch him back out to be a starter. I don't know that Aaron Ashby's ever going to be a guy that's going to give you like 7 innings of 2-run baseball, but he's a guy that I trust to come in and give you an inning and 2/3, maybe even 2 innings of pretty shut down relief. And it seems like his control is better when he is in that more limited role.
Yeah. Guys can't key off on his stuff either, where, he has such good breaking stuff that they kind of just have to gas up there. So, yeah, I really like him in that relief role where he can take his A+ stuff and just dominate you for 3 to 6 outs.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to see guys twice in the batting order, things like that.
Yep.
I think DL Hall is another guy like that. I still think they'd like to keep him, prepared as a starter.
Yeah.
And then, just use him where he's needed, spot starts, piggyback him. And we have to remember it's probably not going to be until late August or early September, but Robert Gosser is going to be a factor later this season.